Welcome to Manchester United Daily Updates. Before continuing this video, click the like button and subscribe to the channel. Meet the Ineos man at the Manchester United training ground you've never heard of. Josh Thompson has been very visible at Man United for nearly a year and often doubles as Sir Jim Ratcliffe's junior right-hand man. The Ruben Amorim arrival video features a familiar cast: Dan Ashworth, Omar Barada and Jason Wilcox. And then the unfamiliar face of Josh Thompson. Thompson is the youthful staff member whose Melita coffee is conveniently timed with Amorim's entrance into the temporary canteen in the Academy building. Unbeknownst to many Manchester United fans, Thompson is Ineos' eyes and ears at the club's Carrington training complex. The Ineos Sport Project manager has been very visible since Sir Jim Ratcliffe agreed a 27.7% stake in United on Christmas Eve. Thompson was first clocked at Luton Town in February and is usually sat adjacent to Sir Dave Brailsford in directors' boxes. Someone at United has dismissively referred to him as Brailsford's bag man. Before Ineos' approval ratings plummeted amid the ticket price hike, successive Premier League defeats and Ashworth's defenestration, there were murmurs of discontent about Thompson's presence at Carrington. Literally hanging around so he can meet the new manager, one source said. Thompson chaperoned the marathon runner Eliud Kipchoge around Carrington and Old Trafford in August. Kipchoge's sub-2-hour record in 2019 was strategized by Ineos. When asked for comment on Thompson's role, an Ineos spokesperson bristled at the query and declined. The spokesperson also declined to confirm if Thompson's father is the chief executive officer of one of Ineos' sister groups. Thompson effectively acts as Brailsford's personal assistant and ensures everything is functioning operationally in relation to Brailsford's diary. For example, Thompson will book vehicles to chaperone officials to and from Carrington or Old Trafford. Since Ineos ran football operations, United have used the HR Carriages Mayfair firm. A club source has described Thompson as a connector between the ownership and the club and a fixer. Coincidentally, Ed Woodward dubbed John Murdo a fixer upon appointing him as football director in March 2021. One source said Thompson is personable and has made an effort to fit into a tricky role not dissimilar to the team that represented the Glazer family at the Carrington coalface. They also accept that some staff are bound to be naturally suspicious of someone who is the embodiment of Ineos at Carrington. A separate source said Thompson is going around acting the big shot. It was Thompson whom Ratcliffe consulted on an alternative exit route from Wembley after the FA Cup final in May. Ratcliffe was doorstepped by a reporter en route to the dressing room via the mixed zone and wanted to avoid fielding more questions about Erik ten Hag's future. Ineos working on a deal to sign £51m rated midfielder for Amorim at Man United. Manchester United are working on a deal to sign one of the best midfielders in the world for Ruben Amorim, according to a recent report. Defeats to Arsenal and Nottingham Forest may have been a blessing in disguise for Amorim, as he will have learned a lot about his team ahead of the January transfer window. Man United transfer news. The winter transfer window opens in around 3 weeks' time, and it is a good opportunity for the Red Devils to possibly look at getting one or two players out of the club, as well as bringing in fresh faces who suit the new boss system. One player who could be on United's radar in January is Crystal Palace defender Mark Guéhi, as a report revealed that United will look to submit a bid for the defender in 2025. The England international is under contract until 2026, and United could look to use this to their advantage, as they plan to make a £33 million offer, way below his £50 million price tag. Another player United could look to sign in early 2025 is midfielder Martin Bacharina. PSG are said to be leading the race for his signature, and they are looking to get a deal done for around £20 million, but United are also keen and haven't given up on getting a deal completed. Bacharina's reputation is continuing to grow as several Premier League teams are keen on a deal, but it could be hard to do as Dinamo Zagreb are insistent that he isn't for sale. Ineos working on deal to sign Frenkie de Jong for Man United. According to a report from Spain, Manchester United are working on a deal to sign Frenkie de Jong from Barcelona. The 27-year-old has been with the Spanish Giants since July 2019, when he joined in a big-money move from Ajax. De Jong, who has been described as one of the best players in the world by former Barca boss Xavi, has struggled for form and fitness this season, appearing just 12 times in all competitions so far. The Dutch international has just made 2 starts, as he's being eased back into action by Hansi Flick. This report states that the relationship between Barcelona and De Jong has turned into bitterness, and the midfielder is not keen on extending his stay with the Spanish side. This latest development has now caught the attention of United, who are working on a deal to sign De Jong and believe Barca are in favor of cashing in. However, the Red Devils are not alone, as they are also mentioning Chelsea as a team that has been boosted by this development, while Bayern Munich and PSG are also interested in signing the midfielder. United have had a long-standing interest in the Dutch international, who was valued at £51 million by Barca in the summer, as they were linked with a move for him during Erik ten Hag's reign, and the player was even linked with a move to Old Trafford before that. De Jong's high wages at Barcelona and their financial uncertainty has meant his future has been up in the air for a while now. Ruthless Man United ready to sell marquee man who developed under Ruben Amorim, his lifestyle is a concern. The extent of Ineos' ruthless streak was on full display this week as Dan Ashworth was sent on his way just 5 months after joining Manchester United. What seemed like ruthlessness towards only the club staff and the fans was now extending to the executive structure with only one branch remaining, the players. That day looks to be finally coming as well, and in the eyes of many Man United fans, it should have come first, so it's long overdue. If recent reports are to be believed, the streak of ruthlessness has a United marquee man as its target as Ineos begin their own rebuild with a statement sale, Man United open to Marcus Rashford transfer. Marcus Rashford, who matched his tally of goals last season within 5 games under Ruben Amorim, not a high bar to clear, understandably, is now under the scanner. The Telegraph reports that United are now willing to listen to offers for Rashford after also being open to bids last summer but nothing materializing. The club is concerned about his lifestyle and how that is affecting his focus on football, which is no longer where it should be. Top offers will be considered for him in January, and their position will relax to find a buyer for him in an easier way next summer as they seek to get rid of his huge wages. Rashford is reportedly on wages near £300,000 per week, and for those kinds of numbers, he should be producing a 20 goals plus assists season every year. Instead, the last season he exceeded that mark was in Erik ten Hag's debut season when he was playing for a new contract, with the previous season a borderline embarrassment. At 27, United might feel that the chance to cash in on Rashford could run out soon, and putting him on the market on the back of some good performances should do more benefit. Rashford could be a sacrifice for FFP room. United's forever flirting with the financial fair play and profit and sustainability rules line is no secret, which is why last summer's sale of more than £100 million was so crucial. With Rashford's status as an academy product plus his wages costing the club nearly £1.5 million every month, he stands out as an easy target to sell. Not only will his sale be pure profit on the books, but it will also lift a huge burden off the wage bill because Ineos have been trying to realign it and spend more responsibly. Under the new management, Bruno Fernandes is the only long-term player to have received an extension, with Tom Heaton and Johnny Evans being the other two. That speaks to a level of financial management they intend to bring in. With some negotiations coming up, like Ahmad, they need to set the scale right. Rashford's sale just makes sense from all perspectives. Transfer News Live, Man United open to Rashford exit, Sula's contract response, Arsenal plot Williams bid, Liverpool, Manchester United and Arsenal are all expected to be busy over the coming months with plenty to decide when it comes to the futures of Marcus Rashford, Mo Salah and Victor Gyökeres. Arsenal and Manchester United could go head-to-head in the January transfer window. Both sides have been linked with Sporting Lisbon star Victor Gyökeres. And the Swedish striker has just dropped a fresh link on his future. Gyökeres could well arrive at Old Trafford as a potential successor to Marcus Rashford. The Red Devils are reportedly willing to sell the forward in January in an effort to abide with PSR. Liverpool could further boost their title hopes with some astute business to kick off the new year, but their focus could yet be on retaining the likes of Mohamed Salah, Virgil van Dijk and Trent Alexander-Arnold, all of whom will be free to talk to overseas clubs in January if new contracts are not agreed this month. One Liverpool star in particular has spoken out on the trio and could have dropped a major clue as to what their futures hold. Scroll down as Mirror Football brings you the latest transfer news throughout the month. Romero sends Spurs demand. Spurs defender Christian Romero has demanded the club start spending in an effort to compete. Manchester City competes every year. You see how Liverpool strengthens its squad, Chelsea strengthens their squad, doesn't do well, strengthens again, and now they're seeing results. Those are the things to imitate, said Romero. You have to realize that something is going wrong. Hopefully, the board, realize it. Newcastle I Bakayoko. Eddie Howe's Newcastle are out to add to their attacking options this January. As per the Telegraph, the Magpies are interested in PSV forward Johan Bakayoko. They intend to pursue him in January, but a deal is apparently set to be difficult to do. Man United open to Rashford sale. Manchester United are open to cashing in on Marcus Rashford as Sir Jim Ratcliffe attempts to navigate a major issue. The Red Devils Academy graduate is in the midst of a stuttering campaign in which he has scored just 7 goals in 23 appearances in all competitions. That form comes after a season in which he netted on just 8 occasions. Rashford still has 3.5 years remaining on his contract at Old Trafford. The 60-time England international banks around £325,000 per week. And that is one of the main reasons why the Red Devils are keen to cash in on Rashford. According to reports in Germany, United would potentially be open to selling him in January, while they could also field offers next summer. Some managerial news now with Neil Harris stepping down from his role with Championship club Millwall.